Then. I was thinking happily. Wait for the escape to succeed. Wait for yourself to improve your strength. Then go back to Earth to find Fang Bing to settle accounts. Re-enlist your own 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Gather the mutant army. The apocalypse that dominates the dream of Earth. Suddenly, he was startled by a movement from afar. Subsequently, I saw a huge mountain-like black substance suddenly appearing in front of my eyes. Apocalypse is as scared as a rabbit. Jump up. Flew into the sky. Kankan dodged the black substance that spread in front of him from a distance in an instant. Look at the sudden black substance. Wriggling at extreme speed. In an instant, he devoured his newly built pyramids. Look at the turbulent black matter on the ground under your feet. Like a boundless black ocean, it spread towards the sky at extreme speed. Apocalypse was dumbfounded. What is this stuff? How come? He from this black substance feel extremely dangerous. He even felt it. If you fall into it yourself, 80% will also be swallowed by it and merged into one. Isn't this a barren planet? How could something so dangerous and weird suddenly appear? Where's that Fang Bing guy? Could this thing have something to do with him? If it really has something to do with him, that means that guy already possesses an extremely powerful force. That apocalypse feels like its own escape plan. Should be more careful. While Apocalypse was still standing in the sky, a person suddenly appeared in front of him, awakened the dazed Apocalypse. Apocalypse woke up with a look. The person in front of you. It was Fang Bing who banned himself. Fang Bing came to Apocalypse. He glanced at him casually. Then he said, "Oh, you're not dead yet." It disappeared in an instant. Apocalypse was stunned. What the hell? You run in front of me, just to see if I'm dead. Apocalypse is about to explode, but even Fang Bing has left. He didn't dare to swear a word, because Fang Bing appeared just now. Apocalypse has made one thing clear, that is, right now, this strange black substance is spreading across the planet. It is indeed related to Fang Bing. What does this mean? Explain the strength of Fang Bing, has surpassed him too much. And, in Fang Bing's words just now, already manifested. He seems a little disappointed in himself now. So Apocalypse didn't dare to say more. I was afraid that Fang Bing would kill himself if he was unhappy. Apocalypse waited for Fang Bing to leave. Waited in the sky for a few more minutes. I haven't seen Fang Bing and never came back. I was relieved. But, he then faced a very serious problem. That is, what should I do next? Where do you live? At the moment, in the area where he was confined. It has all been covered by black strange matter. Apocalypse wasn't going to go down and stay with that thing. So, where do you live? Is it just floating in the sky? And Fang Bing. In fact, I didn't deliberately look for Apocalypse before. He just found out. After urging the devouring seed to a certain extent. You don't need to push harder all the time. Just give the devouring seed a target. It will spread automatically according to one's own mind. That's why he was able to work hard when the devouring seed spread. Chasing the edge of the devouring seed spread. Make observations. Meet Apocalypse. It's just a coincidence. Subsequently, Fang Bing followed the devouring seed. Always flight. Across a small half of the planet. But, the devouring seed finally stopped. As Fang Bing expected, it failed to cover the entire hive star. Fang Bing calculated the area. It probably only covers 1/3 of the area of the hive star. And 2/3 of the hive star remained, still as usual. So, Fang Bing found out. After the devouring seed devoured to the limit. He also failed to turn this planet into an incarnation. But, Fang Bing was not discouraged either. Because this is just a test. Since my current ability limit is to control 1/3 of the area of the hive star. So, I just need to find a planet 3 times smaller than the Earth. Wouldn't it be possible to swallow it and assimilate it into its own incarnation? If you can control 1/3 of the volume of the Earth, then your own strength should be able to reach level sub-Godfather 2, right? Kill a star or something, should be fine. Only, Fang Bing just saw Apocalypse again. Also suddenly remembered one thing. Make him feel a little regretful. Because, he suddenly remembered now. I just got the naughty spirit devourer 2 days ago. Able to pass contact. Drains the creature's ability. If you suck it to death, then you can get its special ability permanently. So, Fang Bing thought of it just now. Since Apocalypse, this guy is so unlucky. Never draw ability for yourself. So how good would it be if I didn't sign a soul contract with him? You can kill him right now. So, Fang Bing regrets it now. That's why he couldn't do it. It is because he obediently ate jelly beans every day to ensure apocalypse. In the contract signed with him, the only thing I need to guarantee. That is when he fulfills all his requirements. Don't kill him, since you can't kill him. So now drain his ability. Even suck it to death. Also only temporarily gains his ability. That would be of no use. So, Fang Bing will regret it. Wang hoped so much. The apocalypse guy better run away early, so. You cannot violate the soul contract. Just kill this guy. He got super abilities that he didn't know how many kinds. Therefore, Fang Bing has even started to think about it. Or, I deliberately threw a space battleship into the restricted area of apocalypse. Accidentally crashed pretending to be an alien. See if this guy will take the initiative to escape? Think of Pit Apocalypse. Fang Bing regained his spirits immediately. Immediately, several plans emerged in my mind. Each has great confidence to induce Apocalypse to take the bait. But, after all, Apocalypse has been banned by himself. The guy didn't help himself. Want to run out of the Hive Star? Is very difficult, and he also has his own soul contract. So the Apocalypse thing, there is no rush. Now Fang Bing, there are more pressing things to do. That is, hurry up to find a planet with a suitable file size. Then use Devouring Seed. Assimilate it into your own planetary avatar. If it does happen, so, he will have the strength of destroying stars. In the past, many were not strong enough, can't do it. Or something you dare not do, it can also be done directly. The speed of strength improvement will be accelerated further. To be honest, in this Marvel universe, Fang Bing felt that if he failed to reach the other strengths of level Godfather, no matter where you are, neither can be truly safe. He has been counting on Ancient One, who has the special strength of level Godfather, to protect himself. That's a stupid idea. Strength. Definitely hold it in your own hands. It is the real strength of oneself. It is truly powerful. In order to get real security, you can do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. So, after Fang Bing decided to pay attention. After opening a portal, went straight in. When he appears, already returned to the airport behind the Iron Man villa. Came directly in front of the space battleship. Yes, he hasn't forgotten. I have another space battleship. Before, this guy Ebony Maw came to Earth with 2 space battleships. One of them was named Discovery by himself. Has been blown up by himself on the planet Ego. And the remaining one, then stay at Iron Man's airport. Pieces and pieces disassembled by Iron Man and Ebony Maw. In order to help myself study the manufacturing technology of space battleships. And study the light speed engine carried on this space battleship. And now, Fang Bing needs to find a suitable planet. You can only drive this battleship, fly on his own. The speed on the Earth is extremely fast, but in space. Think from Hive Star, or from Earth, to the universe. Find another planet with a suitable file size. I don't know how long it will take to fly, after all his flight speed. Although it has reached more than 20 times the speed of sound. But at the speed of light, it's still countless times worse. And his space mothership, it is also deep in the universe at this moment. Heading into nothingness, there is still more than a day. Probably can reach the land of nothingness. Naturally, it was impossible for Fang Bing to use it for other purposes at this time. So, in order to improve efficiency, Fang Bing's only option. It is this space battleship that has been disassembled for parts. Then, when Fang Bing came to the space battleship, immediately afterwards, Iron Man and Ebony Maw were found busy. I need to use this battleship now, stop researching it first, and assemble it back to its original state now. Iron Man put down his tools, although a little surprised. But nothing was asked. Just tell Fang Bing. Reinstall the removed parts, although it won't take long. But at least 2 hours. Fang Bing had expected it. Gently nodded. Let them start assembling. And he himself was not idle. Already have level 9 knowledge of Earth science and technology. And he who has acquired the spaceship piloting skills early. Although it is not very good for manufacturing space battleships. But for space battleships, also had a considerable understanding. If you just put your hands back some of the removed devices. He's still fine. So, Fang Bing soon joined the ranks of Iron Man and Ebony Maw. Together with the two, start assembling the space battleship. Just 140 minutes later. Because of Fang Bing, this speed is super fast. There are also powerful people to help. The space battleship was assembled in advance. And after thanking Iron Man, then he stepped onto the space battleship alone. As for this battleship, he had just given him a new name too. Since it is to find the planet, then call it a Starseeker. A few minutes later, Fang Bing was in the driver's seat. Starseeker space battleship activated, and some inspections were carried out on the battleship. I found that the 3-person assembly was completely fine. This is what really starts the engine. Let Zhengxing fly into the sky. But Fang Bing did not intend to search for suitable planets near Earth. Because if he takes away one of the other planets in the solar system, then because of the influence of gravity and other factors, it is likely to affect the ecology and security of the Earth. And if he is going to fly out of the solar system with the light speed engine, another waste of time. After all, what he was looking for was not a living planet. Just looking for a planet at random. So, when the warship Zhengxing flew into the sky, an orange-yellow portal also appeared in the sky at the same time. The portal just opened in front of the star-seeking battleship. Then, the star-seeking number swished in the next second. Flew in. Disappeared near the Earth. When Fang Bing flew out of the portal while driving Zhengxing, has arrived outside the atmosphere of Hive Star. He wasn't about to land. Instead, it changed direction directly. Fly towards the outer space of the Hive planet. Definitely. He wasn't flying around aimlessly either. When he was on Hive planet before, I saw a few stars in the sky very close to each other. So, the current target of the star-seeking space battleship. It is the closest planet to the Hive star. Set direction. Interstellar navigation is on. Light speed engine on. Calculate flight time. Expect to arrive in 2 hours. Just at Fang Bing, the space battleship Xuanxing was erected. Go to the cosmic space near the Hive star. When looking for a planet suitable for devouring and assimilating into an avatar. Inside New York City on Earth. But there was an inconspicuous accident. Although Norman Osborn, the president of the Osborn Group, live downtown as the Green Goblin, after being captured by Thor. It was treated as pollution-free by S.H.I.E.L.D., but the outside world didn't know the news at all. I don't know that I used to fly around on a flight skateboard. I like to laugh, haha. Also killed all the guys who are major shareholders of Osborn. Who is it? So, the Osborn Group is still operating normally these days. Only for a few days, the president didn't show up. Some people in the company can't help but panic. In this case, an accident happened by chance. New York tonight, thunder and lightning. It rained cats and dogs, and in one of the energy laboratories of the Osborn Group. A man with crooked teeth and a slanted mouth. An ugly electrical engineer, forced to work late at night. Then, while he was overhauling the circuit, foot slipped. Body a crooked. Almost fell into the water tank where the mutant electric eel was bred in the laboratory. But he was lucky. When about to fall into the tank, grabbed a thick cable, he successfully saved himself. Avoid falling into the water tank yourself. The fate of being turned into garbage by dozens of mutated electric eels. Then, Ben was an electrician forced to work overtime. In shock. Decided to go to him? Quit. Go home. I almost got electrocuted to death. Also at an egg class. So, an electrical engineer with a slanted mouth and squinting eyes. The more I think about it, the angrier I get. The more I think about it, the more I feel wrong. Grab an umbrella. He propped himself up and walked out of the laboratory building of the Osborn Group. But how do you say something? What should come can never escape. Although it was lucky not to fall into the mutated electric eel just now. But holding an umbrella against the pouring rain. Trembling on the side of the road waiting for a taxi to beat up workers. But he was hit by a sudden thunderbolt from the sky. Cross. Zilla. Boom. Even the person and the umbrella are gone. The hapless electrical engineer. The ground on which one originally stood. Only a pool of dark marks remained. This scene. It can be seen 10 meters away. Just about to pull over. The brothers who have completed this business are all stunned. When my brother reacted. Quickly give a shock. Step on the gas pedal to the bottom. Drive a taxi. Whoosh. Away from the scene of the incident. Definitely. The unlucky electrical engineer who was struck by lightning. Not dead. Did not travel to Otherworld either. Just 10 minutes later. Just where the electrical engineer was hacked. Lightning began to flicker. Start with a small sizzle, accompanied by faint fine lightning, to the back. The electric light is getting brighter and brighter. With a bang, a translucent humanoid appeared in place. This person who appeared out of thin air with lightning. It was the electrical engineer who had just been struck by lightning. His body at the moment, not just translucent. And the inside of the body is still flashing with lightning. It looks very scary, and after the electrical engineer appeared completely, he also quickly discovered the abnormality of his body. Although he just started, also a little surprised and scared. When he realized, I have become different, become extremely powerful, he suddenly looked ecstatic. Even started laughing wildly. This electrical engineer who has turned into an electric man. My name is Max. But him now decided to change my name. Awesome name. Named Thor. Oh no. Now everyone on Earth knows that there is a Thor named Thor in the sky. The Electron? Too weak chicken. Electric monster? No no no. This sounds like the name of the monster. No. But since he was struck by lightning, he is also destined to become the king who controls thunder and lightning. So, call yourself King of Electricity. Then, the Electro King of the Marvel world was born. And Fang Bing. At the moment, it is still inside the star-seeking space battleship. For what's happening on Earth, for the original movie. Just being shocked by the mutated electric eel. Electron Max, Spider-Man's nemesis, by chance. But it has evolved into such a bizarre thing as a manga-level electric king. Still don't know, he is already driving a spaceship at this moment. Driven by the light speed engine. Flight at the speed of light for over an hour. And the target planet he identified before, it is also close at hand. Too close. The light speed engine can no longer be used. Otherwise, the spaceship is going too fast. It's easy to bang your head against the planet. So, after Fang Bing came near this planet, just turn off the light speed engine. Started with normal jet engines. Flight around the ball. He is observing and calculating the file size of this planet, and on this planet. Is there life? After all, Fang Bing is not some kind of executioner and big devil. Like Thanos without changing his face. Actively kill life on the entire planet. So, if there is life on this planet, he was about to change another planet. Anyway, planets in the universe. As innumerable as the sands of the Ganges. I want to find a suitable planet, it's only a matter of time. But it's okay. When Fang Bing went around the planet, I found that this planet was completely in line with my requirements. The planet file size is just 1/3 the size of the Earth. And there is no life on this planet, overall environment. Similar to Mars in the solar system, it was all barren. The environment is extremely extreme, not suitable for life at all. This situation played into Fang Bing's hands. Egg that guy. Only plant devouring seeds on living planets. His purpose is to dominate the universe, or rather, in order to exterminate life in the universe. Let yourself be the only life in this universe. The only god. But Fang Bing is not that extreme. He uses devouring seed. Just to make a planet avatar. Just improve your own strength. So, after Fang Bing saw the planet, it was decided quickly. The first planet that he wants to devour. That's it. So, Fang Bing is driving the space battleship Zhengxing. Turned around. Soon it fell towards the surface of the planet. And this planet. When Fang Bing just observed it. I have already given it a name myself, because it was the first suitable planet he found. So Fang Bing named it Death Star 1. That's why it's called the Death Star. Not just because of Death Star 1. There is no life at all. Just a land of death. Also hope. I will be able to control the Death Star 1 in the future. He can kill anyone he sees. The spaceship lands. After a burst of dust kicked up on the surface. The hatch opened. Fang Bing stepped out of it. Although on the Death Star 1, no air at all. And the body temperature has reached more than 200 degrees below zero. But Fang Bing still didn't wear any spacesuit. Still just wearing casual clothes. Just got off the space battleship. Standing on the ground of the Death Star 1. Subsequently. Nor did he re-ink. Instead, he pressed his hand directly on the cold ground. Ability is activated. Soon a devoured seed will be swallowed. Implanted in the core of the Death Star 1. The first step is done. The most critical moment has come. But this time, Fang Bing did not stay on the Death Star 1 anymore. Instead, they directly boarded the star-seeking space battleship. Take off again. Fly all the way into space. Then, he just started trying to launch the devouring seed. The reason why it has to fly into space is to activate it. One is that Fang Bing is afraid that there will be abnormalities when waiting. Lost the asterisk. More importantly, Fang Bing thought, egg this guy. After getting Star-Lord, can be long distance. Countless light years away. Directly launch the devouring seeds in the whole universe. Devour the entire universe. All the life planets that he planted the devoured seeds. So, although he didn't have the terrifying strength that EGE had accumulated for millions of years, nor did he inherit the huge spiritual power of the remains of the gods. But, if only a few light years away, remotely launch a devouring seed of a planet. Should be fine, right? Know the power of your ability. For Fang Bing, still more important, so. Only then did he drive the Starseeker to outer space. Only then did the seed of Devour begin to launch. Then. Sure enough, he didn't expect it, although he has flown 100,000 kilometers. But it can still be on the space battleship, sensing the devouring seed on the Death Star 1 ahead. And he still feels, you can activate it at any time. As for the scope of this ability, how wide is it? How many planets can be activated and controlled at the same time? That's for later. And Fang Bing couldn't wait now. Now that it has been proved that it can be launched remotely. He also no longer ink blots. Immediately start to launch the devouring seed. Moments later. 2 hours ago. What happened on Hive Planet? Reappeared on the Death Star 1. Only. Because the Death Star 1 is smaller than the Beehive. So this time the black substance drilled from the ground. Appeared directly in various places on the entire planet. Then. Follow Fang Bing's thoughts. Devouring has begun. The sprawl has begun. Although on the Death Star 1. There are no plants and creatures that can be swallowed and assimilated by black matter. But the black substance of the seed of Devour seems to be cold and cold. Anything can be devoured, after a while. The surface of the Death Star 1 has been scraped 3 feet away. The rocky soil layer on the surface is swallowed up. Then it was assimilated into black matter. 5 minutes later. The Death Star 1, which originally looked red from the outside. It's already pitch black. The entire planet is covered in black matter. Become a black planet. And at the moment when the entire planet was devoured. Fang Bing also sensed it immediately. It seems that I can control the planet in front of me. I have already met the black planet in front of me. Created a special bond. Then. Fang Bing began to try to use ideas. Take control of the Death Star 1. Turn it up for Grandpa. Follow Fang Bing's thought. A miracle happened. The planet was originally spinning slowly. Suddenly started to accelerate crazily. Just like an originally static glass ball, it was like being turned suddenly. The frantic acceleration of rotation began. It spins like a spinning top that is constantly whipped. And the Death Star 1, although not as big as the Earth. But it is still a planet, when it suddenly starts spinning around. Immediately makes nearby cosmic space. There was an anomaly. Circles of energy fluctuations. Constantly erupting outward from the body of Death Star 1. Fang Bing flew out of the space battleship, standing in space. Watching this scene. Can't help but feel an upsurge of emotion. Then. He looked carefully towards Death Star 1. Found out quickly. A planet as big as the Death Star 1. The reason why it rotates according to its own ideas. All because of the black matter that covers the entire surface of the planet. When Fang Bing controls it to rotate, black matter on the surface of the planet then began to change, pushing the whole planet into motion. So, Fang Bing saw it. The basic principle of the ability of devouring seed is that plant your own devouring seeds and control the black matter. The black matter assimilates the entire planet. Then you can directly control the planet yourself. Fang Bing is used to explaining everything with science. After understanding the seemingly miraculous scene in front of him, then began his other tests. Now that he has successfully turned Death Star 1 into his own planetary incarnation. So, next thing to do, naturally, try it. See if you can control this Death Star 1, how powerful it is. After. Fang Bing is in control of the Death Star 1 again. Keep spinning. Start moving. Under the force of the black matter covering the entire planet. Death Star 1 began to move with Fang Bing's will. It quickly deviated from the original track, started a rampage in the universe. Like a meteor with huge amounts of Fang Bing opened a portal. Back on the Death Star 1. Stand on the planet. He began to control the Death Star 1 to do various actions. All kinds of turning and turning straight ahead to accelerate. Fly up and down. After an hour, Fang Bing has become quite comfortable with controlling the Death Star 1. Also basically figured out, what can I do with the Death Star 1? First, Fang Bing thinks, this thing can be used as a weapon. Because the Death Star 1 is a planet after all. A full 1/3 of the Earth file size, so when Fang Bing thinks, if you control it yourself, when going to smash another planet, it can definitely destroy the entire planet in an instant. So, Fang Bing thinks, current self should already have the strength of destroying stars. In general, the strength should have reached level sub-God Father. The so-called level sub-God Father, it is to have the power to destroy stars. But the overall strength is not as good as Heavenly Father. Can't beat level God Fathers, both can be called level sub-God Father. Definitely. Now these are just Fang Bing's speculations. After all, he hasn't really destroyed a star yet. So, now when he can skillfully control Death Star 1, his top priority. Naturally, I went to destroy a star for fun. Possess such a strong strength. That's such an exciting thing. Do not try it yourself. How can it work? And Fang Bing is also planning to use Extinction Star. Test the attack power of your Death Star 1. And defense. Originally, two planets collide. The result must be a lose-lose. Both planets are destroyed together. F*K together. But Fang Bing didn't know. When you use the Devouring seed yourself, will be a planet. After assimilating with black matter, will this planet have stronger defense and offensive power? So, destruction of the stars is imperative. And Fang Bing is also in the 1-hour-long test. Discovered the limitations of his own control of the Death Star 1. First, it's just a matter of initial speed. Death Star 1. Although flight will be moved according to Fang Bing ideas. But the initial speed is not high. If Fang Bing controls Death Star 1, use this speed. Go bump yourself. I will definitely be dodged by myself. Definitely. Because of inertial acceleration. When Death Star 1 moved, it will turn out faster. And because the Death Star 1 is that big, so Fang Bing also found out just after testing. If you wait for the Death Star 1 to fly in one direction for dozens of seconds. So, that impact velocity, it is difficult to escape without opening the portal. As for why it is said to maintain one direction, this involves the second limitation of Fang Bing's control of the Death Star 1. That is, turning is not flexible. After all, it's such a big planet. Straightforward is okay, if you turn a corner. The angle is not good, if the direction is reversed suddenly. Originally let the Death Star 1 fly forward. Suddenly let it go backwards, just have to stop it first. To the initial velocity, reverse direction flight again. As for the third limitation, that is, Fang Bing found out. I want to take Death Star 1 away, it's a bit difficult. This thing is a planet after all, his portal. Got it from Ancient One though. But it is still impossible to open a portal as big as a planet. Fang Bing tried it. His portal. The largest is only 1/10 the size of the Death Star 1. Although it is already exaggerated, however, he still couldn't make the Death Star number 1 come to where he needed it at any time. So, if Fang Bing wants to use this thing to attack others. So, there are two options. First, let Death Star 1 fly over in advance. Second, in the vicinity of the enemy, devour and assimilate another planet. Let Death Star 1 fly over in advance. Naturally unrealistic. The speed of the Death Star 1, even in the case of inertial acceleration. It can't reach the speed of light at all. Want to cross the universe to smash people. That's kind of hard. Definitely. Fang Bing also came up with an idea. Might solve this problem. The idea. Our Fang Bing remembered a certain sci-fi movie from his previous life. Get inspired. That is, wait for my own research to understand the super light engine on the space carrier. Or, wait until I research and understand the ordinary lightspeed engine on the Zhengxing space battleship. So, then rely on material conversion. Create several huge amounts of hyperdrive planet drives. Installed on top of your own planetary avatar. Then you can incarnate your own planet. It has a super light speed in the universe. Hit wherever you want. Definitely. Fang Bing can't do this yet. Because he still doesn't understand the technical principle of light speed engine and super light speed engine. And his science and technology, it has not reached the level of researching this stuff. And he didn't plan to end the research in person in the near future. Just look at Iron Man's throat. Research a light speed engine. I have been studying the space battleship for a month or two. I haven't researched the fart at all. Fang Bing's own technology research and development ability and basic knowledge is about the same as Iron Man. So, even if I personally study the technology of the light speed engine now, probably not for a few months, can't finish either. So, he is still going to wait until his knowledge of Earth science and technology reaches the full level. Or directly obtain some god technology. It's not too late to do some research. As for the second method, in the area near the enemy you want to hit, then use the Devouring seed to assimilate a new planet. This way, Fang Bing is not yet known whether it will work well. The main reason is that he has only successfully assimilated the planet Death Star 1 now. He doesn't know where the upper limit of his ability is. So, this is also after he will find a suitable planet and destroy it. Things still need to be tested. After thoroughly proficient in controlling the Death Star 1, Fang Bing first stood in front of the space battleship Zhengxing. Waving opened a huge amounts of portal. Returned the Starseeker spaceship to the aircraft proving ground behind Iron Man's villa. Then, he just landed on the Death Star 1 again. The reason for coming to Death Star 1, it was because he was going to drive the Death Star 1. To try to implement his first plan to destroy the stars. Definitely. It's a lifeless planet. Fang Bing hasn't lost his mind yet. To help Thanos perform cosmic family planning. So, it can also be said that he is going to play a small game of matching planets. After coming to the surface of the Death Star 1, suspended in the sky above Wang Yang formed of black matter. With a thought, black substance underfoot. Changes started immediately, moments later. Then piled up a peak, and on the summit, formed a handful of black thrones. Fang Bing fell down. Sitting on the throne, that originally weird black substance. When reaching out to him, but it seems that there is no danger at all. To be honest, it's outrageous, that's all. Fang Bing sits on the only throne on this planet. Inspired, started to control the planet to fly in one direction. And the direction he flew to, about 5 million kilometers away. There is another planet. A planet about the same file size as Earth. This is Fang Bing on the Explorer before. Use the detection system originally carried by the space battleship. Detected in advance, and his current goal. To use the Death Star 1 to destroy that planet. 5 million kilometers away. In the universe it is actually very short. But for the Death Star 1 driven by Fang Bing, it's not a particularly short distance. Death Star 1's current flight initial velocity. Fang Bing estimated. Basically, it looks like 30 times the speed of sound. It can be said that it cannot be slower, but non-stop flight begins with Death Star 1, driven by the dark matter controlled by Fang Bing. Its speed is also improving. Keep accelerating and accelerating. After an hour, flight speed of the Death Star 1 in space. It has reached 3,000 times the speed of sound. After reaching this speed, Fang Bing found out. The speed of the Death Star 1 has reached the maximum value. And this speed, already close to the speed of 3.6 million kilometers per hour. So, from departure, to span a distance of 5 million kilometers. The Death Star 1 also took less than 2 hours. And now, the Earth-red planet in front of it is the file size of the Earth. Already close at hand. But, Fang Bing didn't control Death Star 1 to slow down and stop. Instead, it directly controls the Death Star 1. It continued to smash towards this khaki-colored uninhabited planet. And himself. He definitely wouldn't dare to stay on the Death Star 1. He didn't want to give it a try. Can he survive the collision of two planets? So, Fang Bing, when a collision is imminent, open a portal ahead of time, straight away from Death Star 1. And when he stepped out of the portal, already standing in the deep space of the universe not far from the two planets, started to look in front of you quietly. That black planet has 1/3 of the Earth's file size. It's like a meteor falling from the sky. It hit the Earth-red planet head-on. The short distance passed by in an instant. Hit. Death Star 1 travels at 3,000 times the speed of sound. Straight into the planet. Standing in the universe, Fang Bing saw an incredible scene. The Earth red planet of the Earth file size. At the moment of being hit by the Death Star 1. It's like a watermelon being hit by an iron weight. Boom. It burst right away. The entire planet was directly packed into pieces, flying towards the universe in all directions. And where Fang Bing stood, obviously not safe enough. Fragments of some planetary explosion. Moments later, it was already flying towards him. Only Fang Bing didn't care about these. He just turned on the super ability to travel through matter. He easily avoided all the planetary debris flying towards him. And what he cares about? Yes. What happened to the Death Star 1? The moment the Death Star number 1 hit just now, Fang Bing only saw that the Death Star 1 smashed the Earth red planet in an instant. Thereafter, that area of the universe, it was directly covered by the debris of the planet. Can no longer see what's going on inside, so he is currently sensing Death Star 1 with his heart. Then, moments later, Fang Bing confirmed it. The Death Star 1 was not destroyed, it's still there. Fang Bing sensed it. It has already passed through the planet residue area ahead. Continuing to fly forward, Fang Bing thought about it. There is no control, it stops. Instead, a portal was opened again. Walked in. When he walked out, has come to the surface of the Death Star 1 again. He found the situation on the Death Star 1. Although not crashed, but it is not optimistic. There is a small half of the planet. It was also destroyed in the impact just now. The current Death Star, just like a round ball. But it was like being bitten by someone. But, although smaller in size, it's not even round. But, it seems that it was because the devouring seed in the center of the Earth was not hurt. Fang Bing is still in control of the Death Star 1. So, he quickly controlled the Death Star 1 to turn around. Fly towards the area where the Earth red planet residue was just now. Not long, he returned on the Death Star 1. The reason why I want to go back to the text. It was because Fang Bing thought of the black substance produced by the devouring seed. Since it has the characteristics of devouring and assimilating. So can the Death Star 1 devour these planetary residues? How about restoring its body? If you can. So, own planet avatar, after destroying the star, will no longer be a consumable. Instead, it becomes a reusable planetary weapon. After a while, Fang Bing pilots the broken Death Star 1 back again to the wreckage area of the shattered planet. Subsequently, Fang Bing controls the Death Star 1. Slowly flew into the wreckage. At the beginning, black matter on the Death Star 1. Because there is no contact with the debris of the planet. No particular reaction yet, and when Fang Bing controls it, when leaning on the surrounding wreckage, the weird black matter on Death Star 1 instantly moved. Start to actively spread adsorbent up, devour and assimilate the debris of the surrounding planets. And Fang Bing saw this scene. I thought so. This black substance. Sure enough, it has the characteristic of devouring all organic matter. Then, he wanted to make Death Star 1 gobble up faster. He began to control the broken Death Star 1. Began to continue in this wreckage area. Flight around constantly. Constantly devouring the surrounding planet debris. And Fang Bing also controls the black matter at the same time. Whenever it devours the surrounding planetary debris, after assimilating it into a black substance, Fang Bing let it transform the black matter, transported back to the gap in the Death Star 1. Used to repair damaged areas, because the shattered planet was originally 3 times larger than the Death Star 1. So only half an hour passed, the Death Star 1 was completely restored. Filled the gap, changed back to its original appearance. It turned back into a pitch-black complete planet. And when Fang Bing tried to control the Death Star 1 to swallow more matter, when making it bigger, but found that I couldn't do it, then Fang Bing will know the current file size of the Death Star 1. It is the limit of one's own ability, if one's own strength does not improve. It is no longer possible to control a larger planet. But Fang Bing is already very satisfied. Him now. Already sure. I have level sub-godfather and other star-destroying powers. And he already knows it now. Release the devouring seed by yourself. What is used is the energy of all the energy abilities in his body. So, in the future, it doesn't matter which ability he has improved. The power of his own devouring seed will also increase accordingly. And he just confirmed the file size limit of his own control of a single planet. He doesn't know yet. Can I control multiple planets at the same time? So, next, he still has to find a few more suitable planets. Transform it into your own planetary avatar, and this time choose the location of the planet incarnation. He needs to ponder more. After all, he is now. It is also unable to control the incarnation of the planet to span the universe. So, where other planetary incarnations are located. It is very important, guaranteed at least. When he needs to use this trick, be able to recruit it soon. So, although Fang Bing has not yet confirmed other positions in his heart, but he felt, if I can really create other planet incarnations now, then the next planet incarnates, it must be placed near the Earth. After all, the Earth is his home, it is also my home star. How can we not arrange more defensive forces around it, now that the location of the next planet incarnation has been decided? And it's also in the starry sky of Honeycomb Star. Done what needs to be done. So, Fang Bing was about to leave. Back to Earth first. Then consider the long term. After all, if you want to make a planetary incarnation near the Earth, then definitely research first. Where to find a suitable planet. Find an extra solar system. It will not affect the normal operation of the planets in the solar system. So, Fang Bing then took control of the Death Star 1. Stopped in place. Stay temporarily in this deep corner of the universe. And himself. A portal was opened, walked in. When he walked out, has returned to Iron Man's villa. Around the solar system. Finding a planet with a suitable file size is such a stupid job. Fang Bing thinks. This can be done by Iron Man. He has an artificial intelligence called Jarvis. Plus he's free. You must be able to give yourself a satisfactory answer soon. So, when he returned to the Iron Man villa, I found Iron Man. Entrust this task to him. Definitely. Fang Bing has never cheated on friends. All the time, Iron Man is working for him. Naturally, he would not treat Iron Man badly. So, Fang Bing also gave Iron Man some Ulu metal that he could convert as his reward for his hard work, although this Ulu metal, for Fang Bing, it is already as much as you want. Dozens of tons can be converted with a wave of your hand. But, for Iron Man, a country bumpkin obsessed with technology, it is simply the most precious substance in the world. To know, Mjolnir, it's made of Ulu metal. When Iron Man learned of the thing in his hand, and before falling in New Mexico, Mjolnir, which nobody remembers, is forged from the same material. The guy was so excited that he almost jumped through the roof. I picked it up with an excited face and ran away to study it. Definitely. When Fang Bing told him, I can't complete the star-seeking task I arranged for an hour. After taking back this lump of Ulu metal, Iron Man obediently ran out of the lab again. Began to be a worker for Fang Bing. Obediently help him start from the sky full of stars. Filter those that are close, and the volume meets the requirements of the planet. Yes. Fang Bing didn't plan to let him find one at a time. Find the right planet. Definitely is as much as you can find. If it is possible to create multi-planet duplication. So, what do you only make yourself? Isn't the whole 108,000 pieces inappropriate? Even if Thanos has the power gem, can smash the planet. The balls were smashed down one by one, tired and exhausted him. Fang Bing is sitting on the sofa in Iron Man's villa. Look at Iron Man. He is constantly swiping and pulling the holographic screen with his hands. Also constantly talking to the Jarvis artificial intelligence. Use it to analyze data. I am trying my best to help myself find a suitable planet duplication. So I smiled. I took a sip of wine. I feel deeply. No matter which world it is, you still have to be your own boss and order others to work. Only then can we live comfortably. But, when Fang Bing looked at his watch, find out what time it is on Earth now, it was more than 3 o'clock in the morning. Immediately felt, it is necessary to give Iron Man a heart-shaped flower. Improve his physical fitness, otherwise, this guy is often dragged by himself to stay up late and work overtime in the middle of the night. I'm afraid he will die suddenly in a few years. But, although Fang Bing is ready to give Iron Man a heart-shaped flower, but that's not now. How do you say something? Efforts pay off. Oh yes, there is one more sentence. You can't feed a dog too much, definitely. Iron Man is certainly not a dog. He is another technological genius in the level universe. But the truth is a total of common. And Fang Bing, who already has the world's top business management knowledge, also fully understand this. So, Fang Bing decided. Since Iron Man is not exhausted for the time being. Then this heart-shaped flower. Or wait until later. Watch his work performance. If you can make yourself more satisfied. Reward him again. Anyway, even if he died suddenly now. I also have the Dragon Bone secret medicine. Can save him again. Oh, want to die? There are no doors. Whether dead or alive. Be honest and be a tool man for yourself. But when Fang Bing drank a few glasses of wine, find out that Iron Man isn't done yet. And the time limit I gave him. There are still dozens of minutes. He is ready. Go out first. Do another thing. This matter. It's also what Fang Bing just thought of. And he felt he had to. That is. The devouring seed planted by EGE on the earth. Disarm it. Then make your own. Yes. According to Fang Bing, Egg had been to Earth decades ago. And then, not only did he help Xingju's mother give birth to Xingju on Earth. Before leaving Earth, implanted a cancer virus into Xingju's own mother. The key is, this guy is also on the living planet Earth. Planted the devouring seed. How can you allow others to snore on the side of the couch? So, now that he has offended EGE, Egg probably already knew that too. The person who blew him up had something to do with the Earth. Then I have nothing to worry about. Just do it and you're done. Although now he can't devour a planet as big as the Earth. But he wasn't going to devour the Earth in the first place. Just be prepared. What's more, he is still going to try. See if you can control the dark matter of the devouring seed. Open a channel from the center of the Earth to the surface. It is convenient for you to quickly enter the center of the Earth. Feed real celestial pups. Actually, the gods inside the Earth. It can no longer be called a cub at all. He has grown for 1 billion years. Has basically grown up. Only in recent years. Break out of the shell. Devour all life on Earth. Then you can become an adult celestial race. If the celestials also have puberty. The gods inside the Earth. Perhaps it should be called the adolescent celestials? It doesn't matter what state the TNTN Protoss is in. Anyway, it has no effect on the current Fang Bing. He didn't even open the portal. Flew directly out of the villa. Found a clearing. He put his hand on the ground. Start to launch the devouring seed towards the ground. Moments later. The devouring seeds that belonged to him rushed towards the center of the Earth. That speed. Absolutely. In one thought, hundreds of miles were crossed. If Fang Bing body can have speed underground, that would have fed the celestials in the center of the Earth 18 meals a day. After a while, Fang Bing's devouring seed has reached the edge of the Earth. Only, he found out, his own devouring seed can no longer advance. It is blocked in the mantle at the edge of the Earth's core and cannot enter the Earth's core. As for being blocked by something, Fang Bing also sensed it. That is not the body of the celestials, because just now when Fang Bing descended on the seed of devouring, it was found that the devouring seed was in the downward process. The body of the celestial race has been bypassed. And now it prevents the seed of its own devouring from entering the center of the Earth. It is an inexplicable energy shield. This layer of shield. Guard the entire edge of the Earth, regardless of your own devouring species. From which direction do you want to enter the center of the Earth? They were all blocked. Fang Bing sensed this scene. I just feel like AF * Kingdog. Where did this thing come from? Who laid it down? Is it Ancient One? Or the Celestials in the center of the Earth? Fang Bing thought for a while. Think it's unlikely to be Ancient One. Ancient One owns the time gem. Know all past and future. I must know that the Earth will not explode because of the Celestials in the future. It is unlikely to meddle in this business, so Fang Bing feels that it should be laid by the gods who are still sleeping in the center of the Earth. The reason should be the body of this celestial being also grew from the center of the Earth. That's why it is to prevent other energies from corroding his core. Just put down the protection, definitely. There is another very small possibility. That's the celestials wanting to protect the Earth. According to Fang Bing, this unborn celestial race in the center of the Earth. His name is Tiamat. It should be regarded as a god who is more friendly to life on Earth. Later goddess Circe of the Eternals, it is with the power of this god. Launched a super-scale material conversion. Prevented him from manifesting himself. Definitely. These are Fang Bing's guesses. Now, it doesn't matter who did it anyway. They all successfully blocked their devouring seeds from entering the center of the Earth. What Fang Bing was thinking was, since his own devouring seed can't get into the center of the earth. Then why did Yi plant the devouring seed decades ago? Can go to the center of the earth? That's also impossible. Egg came to earth that year. It's just a fragile duplication. I am afraid to release the power of the devouring seed. Even worse than myself now. So, it is impossible for him to let the devouring seed enter the center of the earth. So, Fang Bing suddenly understood what was going on. Then he immediately controlled the initial strange power of the devouring seed. Look around the edge of the earth's core to sense the breath of the same kind. Really, after Fang Bing began to probe carefully, the existence of another devouring seed was soon discovered. This devouring species, also located in the edge of the earth's center, cannot enter the core of the earth, but Fang Bing also found out. This one is obviously the devouring seed released by Yi. Not only at the edge of the earth, and it is also next to the body of the celestial race. This made Fang Bing suspicious. Egg this guy. Have you discovered the celestials in the center of the earth long ago? And for the celestials in the center of the earth, have any special ideas? But whatever Egg had in mind, Fang Bing didn't bother to think about it now. Now that I found the devouring seed left by Yi, then it is definitely impossible for him to keep it. Because he has already formed a relationship with Egg. Indissoluble beams. So good to destroy the enemy. Nature is beneficial to oneself. So, Fang Bing quickly controlled his devouring seed energy. Headed towards Yi's devouring seed, moments later. Then he swallowed the devouring seed left by Yi. Subsequently, Fang Bing did not attempt to re-implant the devouring seed into the earth's core. Instead, let it dissipate directly, because the purpose of his trip, originally, it was just to eliminate Yi's devouring seed. And now that's done on the line. As for devouring the entire earth by himself, Fang Bing didn't have this idea yet, whether he can do it or not. He wouldn't even do that. A good planet with beautiful mountains and clear waters. If you were turned into a small black ball full of weird black matter, how bad that would be. And he originally wanted to use the black substance of the devouring seed. The idea of opening a passage to the surface. Now because the devouring seed cannot enter the center of the earth at all. He also died naturally. Because Fang Bing found out a long time ago. Seed of devouring this thing must be implanted in the core of a planet. Harvest the energy of the planet in the center of the earth. Only in this way can the strange black matter devour the planet be produced. So when the devouring seed cannot enter the center of the earth, then this thing is just a special energy, still fragile. Nothing can be done. This is why Fang Bing can easily swallow Yi's devouring seed. Just when Fang Bing eliminated the devouring seeds left by Yi on the earth. In a wild galaxy far away in the depths of the universe. A red living planet is raging in it. The red planet is Egg. Since his own palace was bombed by his own son, it also exploded emotionally. Flew to this galaxy in anger. After approaching several life planets where he had originally implanted the devouring seed. It launched the devouring seed. Devour the planets one by one. Into a duplication of its planet. Killed countless cosmic beings. That's all. It's not dead yet. If it weren't for its current lack of ability. The devouring seeds that could not control the entire universe erupted together. So, life planet throughout the universe must have been devoured by it. And Egg this guy. Not only use the devouring seed to devour the living planet. Treat life as a child's play, and he still chooses to devour. If the appearance of some living planets looks like the Earth, it will not devour. It will directly control the black planet that has become the incarnation of the planet. Hit it directly. Wait until it explodes. Then he stepped forward to absorb the residues of those living planets. Make your own body planet. Slowly get bigger. Only. All this destruction and destruction. After Fang Bing destroyed the devouring seed left by Yi in the center of the earth, he stopped. Because at that moment, Egg sensed that the devouring seed he had left on earth had been destroyed. So it stopped what it was doing. The whole ball of chi was shaking. Because of it now. More confirmed. Before his own son exploded. Absolutely nothing to do with the earth. Otherwise. The devouring seed that he placed inside the earth. It's been fine for decades. Why did something happen in these 2 days? What's more, the devouring seed, it was left on purpose. Decades ago. When it came to the earth to plant the devouring seeds. It sensed that there was an energy guarding inside the core of the Earth. One's own devouring seed cannot enter, so it just discovered the celestial cubs that existed inside the Earth. It makes it feel this planet is special. So it will still keep the devouring seed outside the core of the Earth. Try to be in the future when possible opportunities arise. Take a share. But now, I didn't even wait for my fart. The seed of devourer is gone. Egg couldn't bear his temper. I feel that the people on Earth are too deceitful. So it forgot the wild galaxy in this corner of the universe in front of it. Get moving again. It decides. Wait for yourself to devour some more planets. Just take these planetary incarnations to the Earth. If there is an opportunity to take advantage of, take the opportunity to destroy the Earth. It has also heard some gossip in the universe recently. Said the king of God Odin of Asgard, who has always guarded the Earth. It seems to be gone. So, the strong man who protects the Earth now. Only Ancient One is left. Hee. If even the Sorcerer Supreme, which is famous in the universe, disappears. Egg thought. At that time, I can really turn the Earth into my own hunting ground. If you can still bring the unborn gods on Earth, find a way or occupy, then it can truly possess the complete divine body of the celestial god race. Fang being far away on Earth, didn't know that Egg was already devouring the planet to create duplication. Ready to come to Earth for revenge. After he killed Egg's devouring seed outside the villa. They have already returned to the villa, and at this time, Iron Man is almost done with his work as well. Found Fang Bing. He began to report to him the research data he had just done. According to known information, within 10 light years of the solar system, there are about 180,000 planets that meet your needs. Information such as the orientation and distance of these planets has been transferred to the data chip. Fang Bing probably listened to Iron Man's report. You quickly get the information you want. Then, he took the data chip from Iron Man. This chip, according to Iron Man, it can be directly inserted into the navigation system of the space battleship. Import the data in the chip directly into the space navigation system of the space battleship. So, you can directly follow the navigation off to find those suitable planets. But this matter, Fang Bing didn't intend to do it himself. Because even with the light speed engine of the Zhongxing space battleship, want to fly out of the solar system, find a suitable planet. It also takes a certain amount of time. Fang Bing probably took a look. Find the nearest planet. It should take 2 days to fly. So, if Fang Bing drives a spaceship to find the next planet suitable for devouring, that's still quite time-consuming. He didn't have the skill either. Tomorrow, the space carrier is about to reach the void. Fang Bing will definitely focus on exploring the void first. And it's too busy these days. He didn't even have time to use the summoning spell. Already wasted an opportunity. So, this kind of mechanical labor, the space flight, just leave it to your younger brother. So Fang Bing after thinking. Then a portal was opened. This portal leads directly to the Uru metal prison deep beneath the Earth's ocean floor. Fang Bing waved his hand towards the other end of the portal. Signal the 2 people in the prison at the other end of the portal to stop. Tidy up. Hurry over to work. A few minutes later, an embarrassed Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight appear at Iron Man's mansion. Although it was embarrassing to be seen by Fang Bing. But since both of them have been controlled by Fang Bing using Mind Gem. So when they were summoned to stand in front of Fang Bing, still loyally asked, Master, what can we do for you? Fang Bing smiled and nodded. The 2 of you board this space battleship. Follow the navigation according to the information on the data chip, and when you find the first target planet, use the interstellar communicator on the battleship to contact me. Fang Bing arranged tasks for the 2 of them in a few words. And these 2 original villains already have any words for Fang Bing. All obedience from the heart. So I took this task without any hesitation. Fang Bing is not worried about the 2 after they leave the Earth. Out of his control. Although these 2 people were originally one of the 5 generals of Obsidian under Thanos. Corvus Glaive is the head of the 5 generals of Obsidian. But, after all, Fang Bing controls the 2 to use the Mind Gem in Infinite Gems. This thing is much more reliable than any psychic powers or Hydra brainwashing. Even if they meet Thanos, and at most would be killed by Thanos. But certainly not seeing Thanos out of control. Betray yourself again. So, Fang Bing saw that the 2 of them boarded the space battleship Xuanxing with a look of loyalty. Fly directly out of the Earth in a battleship. Then he also let go of his heart. Then a portal opened. Went straight in. This portal does not lead to his own villa, but to the Hive Star. Although Fang Bing didn't take much rest these days. But he's still holding out. Strong mental strength and physique. It can fully support him without closing his eyes for a week or two. So, although it is now 6 o'clock in the morning, but he still has to go to the Hive Planet to do some business. After coming to the Hive Star, Fang Bing first put his hand on the ground, facing the devouring seed in the center of the earth, initiated his own thoughts. Controlling it recovered the black matter that had previously covered 1/3 of the Earth's surface. The reason for this, it's because Fang Bing can't devour the Hive Star completely now. Turn it into your own planetary avatar, so it is useless to swallow only 1/3 of the planet. Besides, Fang Bing did not intend to swallow the Hive Star in the future, because the Hive Star is actually very precious. Planets in the universe, countless, it can be called countless. More than the sands of the Ganges, but, among these countless planets, has its own atmosphere, have the right temperature and water source. A planet capable of birth and reproduction of life. But very few. There can be a living planet in a galaxy. It is already rare, like the solar system. There is only one living planet, the Earth, and the Hive Star. It is a living planet similar to the Earth. It's now the reason why no life exists. That's because of the thousands of years before. Exterminated by the Hive guy. The reason why it is now everywhere is deserted. It's not because the Hive planet is not suitable for living things. That was caused by the Hive's war. So, even if Fang Bing can devour a planet as big as the Earth in the future, I will not choose to devour the Hive Star again. Instead, they will choose to devour some large Death Stars. And the Hive Star, Fang Bing is going to use it as his backup base. Take the time to develop it well. Various point plants. Restoring the ecology of the entire planet. In this way, the Earth will be destroyed in the future. There is also a retreat for myself and my family. After all, even if he can swim in space, but you can't live in a vacuum all the time. So, can have another vibrant planet of life. For Fang Bing, still a very worthwhile endeavor. Besides, once the Hive Star is restored, this will be a planet that belongs to Fang Bing alone. Not like Earth. There are billions of people on it. There are also various Asgards, Inhumans, and mutants. And what magician, werewolf, vampire? This is Fang Bing's own planet. Anyway, this matter is for him who has plant control. It's actually very simple. He just needs to bring more seeds. Take the time to fly a few more laps around the Hive Star. Sprinkle while flying. Sprinkle while starting the plant control. There is no cost for him to activate plant control, although limited in scope, but as long as he takes his time. It will also make the whole planet green sooner or later. Grasslands and forests reappear, definitely. The current Fang Bing definitely doesn't have time to do this. He is controlling the devouring seed, after collecting the black matter on the surface. Just wave your hand. From the different space, he summoned the Ulu metal summoning circle he made before. Throw it to the ground. Yes. Fang Bing is going to start today's summoning ceremony. Yesterday was too busy. Already missed a day. 3 summoning opportunities were wasted. Fang Bing had a premonition that he had reached the land of nothingness tonight. There will be no free time either, so just take advantage of the free time now. It just so happened that the summoning spell had already cooled down. Just start calling. Next, Fang Bing once again recruited a gourmet generator. Start making food spree. After making 3 copies in a row. Just stopped. He casually threw a copy onto the summoning circle. Then he recited the summoning spell. Start the formal summoning ceremony. After a while, the summoning circle flashed a faint light. A small mosquito appeared in the magic circle. Good guy. If it wasn't for Fang Bing's eyesight is good enough. I almost thought I didn't summon anything, but Fang Bing has long been used to this situation. The summoning circle was originally a spell that played the same thing. Originally Dormammu let the magician of Kamar Taj learn it. It is to establish a connection with the Earth in a special way. No kindness. And Fang Bing didn't know what special method Dormammu knew. So, now the summoning spell is in his hands. It's just a random summoning technique. It's just adding his system delicacies. Had a unique effect. There is a chance to randomly summon different dimensional creatures. So, Fang Bing after the first failure, with a thought, killed that mosquito. They didn't even change the gourmet gift pack. Then he recited the summoning spell again, and the result of the second call. It seems to have failed as well, because after Fang Bing chanted the summoning spell this time, the other party also did not respond to him, generally speaking. If intelligent creatures are summoned, basically, you can chat with Fang Bing through the summoning circle. And this time, no matter what Fang Bing says, the other side remains silent. In this situation, generally represent the opposite is the kind of IQ and it's low-level creatures that may not even have a racial language. But when the light of the summoning circle flashed, Fang Bing realized, my guess might be wrong. Because this time the light of the summoning circle, the flickering is particularly intense, the light is very bright. And Fang Bing already knew about it. The strength of the light of the summoning circle. It is determined according to the strength of the summoned creature. Although Fang Bing is not sure about the specific basis for the judgment. But the creatures he summoned before, basically like this. So, since the light is very bright this time, it means that I have summoned a very strong guy. The moment you realize this, Fang Bing once again praised his prudence. Because although the other party has not responded just now, but Fang Bing still habitually took the initiative to release a slave-level magic contract towards the opponent. And this contract has been successful. This means, no matter what kind of creature appears in the magic circle, no matter how powerful, it's all on its own. There is no threat to this hive star, so. Fang Bing stared at the summoning circle with a serious face full of expectation. Wait for this particularly powerful creature to appear. But next second, when Fang Bing saw the thing appearing on the summoning circle, he began to doubt life. Because what appears on the summoning circle is not a creature. That's an egg the size of a basketball file. There are also some strange patterns emerging on the egg, although Fang Bing didn't recognize these patterns. But after he stepped forward and touched it, but really confirmed, this thing, it's really just an egg. And he still doesn't know what kind of creature's egg this thing is. Just when touching it, you will feel the egg is warm. This means the egg is not dead, it should be able to hatch something. After Fang Bing thought for a while, I feel that 80% of this egg has already given birth to life. Otherwise, if it's just an ordinary egg just laid by a hen, it is absolutely impossible to be summoned by yourself. And the creature inside the egg must be very powerful. Otherwise, it is also impossible to make the summoning circle shine so intensely. So, Fang Bing quickly decided, hatch this egg yourself. Man, who hasn't dreamed of hatching an egg and hatching a beast? And no matter how powerful the creature inside this egg is, it has already signed a slavery contract with Fang Bing. No worries. What harm will it do to itself when it breaks its shell? Creature inside the egg, it will only become a powerful help for myself in the future. Subsequently, Fang Bing carefully picked up the warm egg, hold it out of the summoning circle, put it aside first. Prepare to wait until later, because now, he's about to make a third summon, as expected. After the second summon accidentally summoned a seemingly strong egg, Fang Bing's third call really failed, after a faint flash of magic light. Only the little ants were summoned. Fang Bing saw this scene. His face was calm. With a wave of his hand, he put away Ulu Metal's summoning circle. Then pick up the egg that was placed on the ground again. After touching, then think about it, he was thinking. Where should this egg be placed? First of all, it must not be placed in the portable space. Although the portable space is very convenient, but it is not suitable for biological survival. It is a vacuum environment, and this egg, apparently living things have been born in it. So, if the egg is placed in the portable space, most likely it will cause it to become a badass. It can no longer be hatched at all. Put it on the hive star? Not too good, is it? Although it is uninhabited here. But the egg could hatch at any time. No one is watching. Not suitable either. And Fang Bing was just collecting the black matter on the surface of hive star. There are also some backups for Apocalypse. The black substance that was deliberately left to confine the area of Apocalypse was not collected. It's because he's next, ready to set Apocalypse up, since it is going to be used to force Apocalypse to escape. Then naturally he couldn't be allowed to live too comfortably on Hive Planet. The black substance all over the floor was left to be used as a bed for Apocalypse. It's just right. So, this egg is currently placed on the Hive Planet. It is also not suitable, in case Apocalypse is about to escape. Destroyed the egg. Fang Bing lost a lot. Finally, Fang Bing decided to bring the egg back to Earth. Just put it in your own villa. Leave it to Wanda to take care of. One is because there is already a Pikachu in the family. It's not bad to raise another egg. Also, Wanda's strength is getting stronger and stronger. Let her watch the egg. Fang Bing is also reassuring enough. Then, he opened a portal, went straight in. When he walked out again, already back home. At this moment, it's just past 6 o'clock in the morning on Earth. That little lazy cat Wanda hasn't woken up yet. But Fang Bing didn't spoil her either. Go straight through the wall and into her room. Stuffed the egg into her bed. Then, facing Wanda, who was stunned by the sudden awakening, he said lightly, "You are the only mother in the house, let's get drunk." Finish this sentence, before Wanda could react. With a bang, he drove material time travel and flew out of the villa. Wanda had just woken up. The mind is not yet clear. Wait until Fang Bing runs away. Only then did she realize, Fang Bing, you stinky bastard, don't talk nonsense. I'm not a mother. I can't even hatch eggs. But Fang Bing obviously couldn't hear her, already gone. And Wanda. Wait until the shouting is over. He lowered his head and looked at the watermelon-sized egg in his arms. A look of curiosity, facing it up and down for a while. He hugged it and continued to lie back on the bed. Started to sleep in. And Fang Bing, after leaving the villa. It directly opened a portal. Walked in. When he walked out, it has come to a place 500 kilometers below the Antarctic again. Yes. According to his speculation, his younger brothers are driving the space mothership. It is estimated that it will not be able to reach the vicinity of the void until night. So, this whole daytime, Fang Bing didn't intend to be lazy either. Since the heads of the Celestials are at their feet, it will take a few more days to get there, so why not try harder? With the improvement of Fang Bing's strength, he felt more and more the danger of this universe. So, although his strength has reached level sub-god father, but his heart yearns for strength even more, and feed the Celestials. It is the fastest shortcut for him to improve his strength. After reaching 500 meters underground, Fang Bing wasted no time. Start drilling straight away, relying on the two super abilities of matter transformation and matter crossing. Fang Bing constantly headed straight for the underground. 600 kilometers, 700 kilometers, 800 kilometers. Wait until Fang Bing gets a little annoying. He checked the time. Only then did I realize that I had stayed underground for another 7 or 8 hours. And this moment, it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He even missed his own lunch and forgot to eat it. Definitely. The results of his ground drilling in the past few hours are also very remarkable. Going underground again for 300 kilometers, that is. Now his location underground, 800 kilometers have been reached. The estimated location of the head of the god is 3,000 kilometers away. So, follow this schedule, it is estimated that there will be 7 or 8 more times. It will definitely be done. After. Fang Bing, who is already a little hungry and a little bored. Then start the material conversion again on the spot. Created a void. Leave room for the next time you open the portal to go directly to this location. Then he opened the portal again, left the ground, and when he walked out of the portal, arrived in New York City. Came near a university. This university. It was the school where he had never sold dark cuisine before. And today he is ready. Take advantage of this little free time this afternoon. Set up a stall again. After all, he has knowledge of earth science. It is estimated that there will be another 8 upgrades. So, in order to become stronger, Fang Bing will not prepare salted fish during this time. As for lunch, he was going to deal with it directly in the dining car later. Then, when Fang Bing appeared behind the alley, he waved out the dining car, pushing the dining car to the opposite side of the school road. Followed by a set of processes. First start to create dark dishes. And today's dark dishes, Fang Bing chose the big-eyed dessert E. Definitely. Because the last time Fang Bing made big-eyed desserts, added live maggots to it, leading to overwhelming nausea. Directly failed to operate normally. So Fang Bing, who has learned his lesson, will not have a magic reform this time. The original big-eyed dessert was directly produced. He believes there must be a good harvest today. 1,000 big-eyed desserts. Fang Bing was made in a few minutes. The reason why not make more, that is because Fang Bing found out a long time ago. The same area that sells more. The time required will become longer. After all, the flow of people in each area at a specific time is limited. And he sells this dark dish. The sale was a surprise. Run away as soon as it's sold out. Otherwise it will be a long time. It is very likely that the previous old customers will come to you. That's why Fang Bing only sells 1,000 copies. Wait until the big-eyed desserts fill the ground. Fang Bing opened a portal as usual. Picked up Polaris little Lorna, who was far away in London. As a new generation of capitalists, little things like selling things. Naturally, it has to be handed over to the employees. After. Lorna, though, when seeing big-eyed desserts again. Startled. But when she found that there were no wriggling animals in the big-eyed dessert this time. Also happy to hold a lot of desserts, carrying a small table. He ran all the way to the school gate, started her stall sales work. And Fang Bing. Wait until Lorna leaves. Sitting alone in the dining car. The gourmet generator was recruited again. Start following your own ideas. Made today's lunch. Then there is an artifact that can make any delicious food at will. Every time you eat. Choosing what to eat has become the most difficult thing for Fang Bing to choose. After all, there are so many delicious foods. You can make anything yourself. Just thinking about it gives me a headache. But Fang Bing has always adhered to one principle. That is, when not knowing what to eat, just have one of them all. So, after a while, the dining car is already filled with all kinds of famous delicacies. Whether it is east or west, no matter running in the mountains or swimming in the sea. All are available. Anyway, it's all made out of thin air. There is no waste either. So Fang Bing simply made dozens of dishes this time. Then he set to work. Eat whatever you want. After tasting. Dishes I don't want to eat. Just use the portal to throw it into the trash. It's a lot of fun to eat. Only. I am eating the cool Fang Bing. But was suddenly interrupted. Because the emergency communicator on his body rang. Fang Bing wiped his mouth. Take out the communicator and have a look. The panic siren originally intended for little Spiderman Peter was triggered. If nothing unexpected. This means that little Peter may have encountered some troubles that he cannot solve by himself. So. Fang Bing, who has always regarded Aunt May's little Peter as a real family member. There is no hesitation, no dilly-dallying either. Just waved all the food in the food truck to the trash can a few blocks away. Then he opened a portal and walked in. When he walked out. Has appeared in a school bus, and little Peter. He is also standing in the school bus at the moment. Waiting for his arrival. Inside the school bus. Except one Peter. It was also filled with a group of children who were the same age as little Peter. He was looking out of the school bus in horror. Definitely. When Fang Bing opened a cool portal. When getting out of the school bus. The eyes of these little guys. It has long been transferred to Fang Bing, and already cheered up at the moment. They are still shouting Fang Bing's superhero nickname. Fang Bing. It was too hasty to come. Forget about stealth. This time it was completely exposed, but it doesn't matter anymore. Now his strength. It is enough to cross the earth. No matter what ordinary people's organization. They couldn't cause him any trouble at all, because even the toughest Hydra. It has also been destroyed by him. So now the identity is known by some ordinary people. It doesn't matter anymore. And in fact, those powerful organizations with names and surnames on the earth. Basically everyone already knows the real identity of Fang Bing. But they usually dare not bother Fang Bing at all. Just like S.H.I.E.L.D. Although the bald director of S.H.I.E.L.D. and others. Everyone knows the identity of Fang Bing. Also know where Fang Bing lives. But unless something particularly difficult and serious happens. Only then will I carefully contact Fang Bing. As for going to Fang Bing's villa to find him. This kind of thing. Since Hydra was destroyed. No organization would dare to do such a stupid thing rashly. After arriving on the school bus. Fang Bing knew it at a glance. These half-grown kids. I'm afraid they are all the elementary school classmates of little Peter. As for why they took the school bus with them. Appear here. Didn't wait for Fang Bing to ask. Little Peter has already taken the initiative to run over. Pull Fang Bing to the rear of the car. Quietly explained to Fang Bing clearly. Turn out to be. Little Peter's class organized a practical activity this afternoon. You need to go to a museum in a group by taking the school bus. Result. The school bus is just halfway there. He was stopped by a strange man. the driver and the teacher accompanying the car. When that weirdo suddenly appeared, it has been killed. And even little Peter. They couldn't be rescued in time. After. Little Peter found that the weirdo had no intention of hurting his classmates any further. He didn't take the initiative to provoke, continue to hide. Look at this weirdo. Take control of the school bus. Take the school bus all the way to this power plant. He also got the school bus directly into the midair and suspended it. Then left the school bus. Go outside and do your own thing. Although little Peter has become a Spiderman. Also ate heart-shaped flowers. Already have great power. But he was only a 10-year-old boy. I don't know how to use his power at all. So. Although the humanoid escaped from the school bus safely. But he didn't know if he could save dozens of other classmates. I don't even know if I act rashly. Will it bring danger to my classmates? So when little Peter's hesitation was undecided. Followed by the first reaction. Just ask Fang Bing for help. After all, he already knew. Fang Bing has great power. Before that, he fought aliens. Drive away the aliens. Even smashed the Green Titan. So little Peter has no hesitation afterwards. Pressed the emergency communicator. Fang Bing left him to call for help. While understanding the situation, Fang Bing is also sensing the surrounding situation. Little Peter was right. This school bus they're on now. It is indeed suspended in midair, and the school bus was not held up by any iron rope at the moment. Instead, it is suspended in midair out of thin air. About 50 meters above the ground, high, but when Fang Bing saw the electric light around the school bus. Already know. The weirdo in little Peter's mouth. How to make the school bus levitate out of thin air. That is the electromagnetic force, and the situation in the power plant that Fang Bing saw. It also confirmed his conjecture. Because at this moment the large relay in the middle of the power plant is in the air. There is a humanoid creature with blue light and a charged humanoid being suspended. Fang Bing saw this guy for the first time. Think of a famous villain in the Marvel universe. Electric Man. Then Fang Bing just said good guy. Feel this universe. What a mess. No matter which version of the villain can come to the door. Original. Fang Bing is traveling to the Marvel world. After being adopted by Aunt May, it turns out that there are only Aunt May and little Peter in the house. There is no kind-hearted Ben uncle. I just thought I entered this Marvel world. There should be no villains like Dr. Octopus, Electro, and Green Goblin. But the current situation, obviously beyond Fang Bing's expectations. Not only did Green Goblin show up, now even Electro is showing up. Moreover, he appeared directly in front of the 10-year-old Spider-Man without hesitation. Fang Bing can only sigh. The inertia of the universe is really great. Maybe this is fate. Maybe in the future, those destined opponents of Spider-Man will show up again. What Dr. Lizard, Sandman, even Venom. Let's put it this way. Future Spider-Man, he should also meet the woman he was destined for. But these are not within the scope of Fang Bing's consideration for the time being. Since little Peter asked him for help, that's what he's going to do now. Naturally, these people and little Peter were rescued. Then go and crush the villain Electron in front to death. Definitely. Before pinching to death. Definitely draw his ability. After all, although this guy should be weak, but his ability is also related to electricity. It is also possible to get Fang Bing's Thunder Fury to upgrade again. Then, Fang Bing started to act. He had a thought. Field control activated. Released the opponent's control over the school bus. Then, the moment the school bus landed, it's already waving at the school bus where it falls below. Opened a huge amounts of portal. Subsequently, the school bus fell directly into the portal. Disappeared in this power plant. And when the school bus showed up again, it already carries a full carload of elementary school students. It landed on the side of the road at the gate of their elementary school. Because the falling process was controlled by Fang Bing throughout the speed. So the landing was a success. The school bus didn't even break the skin. And Fang Bing, after sending off the school bus, he flew directly towards the electric man above the power plant. After an instant, he had arrived in front of the other party. And Max, who is preparing to absorb the electricity of the entire city. Also just noticed. That car was captured by himself. Bring the power plant hostage. In case someone bothers you, the school bus is gone. And in front of myself. Suddenly, a young man in casual clothes appeared. Greeting him with a smile. Hi, hello. Excuse me, are you Electron? Electric King Max listened to the other party's words. Suddenly frowned. Mind blown a bit. What the hell? Electric Man? That's not being considered rubbish by myself. So give up the title? He was very upset. Because Max thinks. I'm so hung up now, how dare you call me Electron? But. Look at Fang Bing just appeared out of thin air. And it is flying in the air at this moment. Thinking about it, he is also a special strongman. So Electric King Max suppressed his displeasure. Patiently responded to Fang Bing. I'm not Electro, I'm Electro. Fang Bing heard this, immediately speechless. What? Electric King? Isn't that a character from a Marvel comic? Good guy. I just ate a heart-shaped flower for little Spider-Man Peter. His opponent villain will automatically evolve into Electric King too? But. I heard the other party say that he is the king of electricity. Fang Bing was also a little more serious. After all, in his cognition. Electric King's combat power. Definitely several levels higher than Electric Man. Because the origin of Electro Man is a mutant electric eel. And the origin of Electric King in the comics. It's thunder. Which one is more compelling? Of course there is no need to say more. Force high. Definitely strong too. So, Fang Bing didn't ink anymore. Just politely waited for Electric King Max to finish his sentence. Just start the speed. Used half strength. He punched Electric King with a punch, he thought. The reason why only half the power is used, it's because he thinks. Even the king of electricity, it is also impossible to receive his current punch. So, half strength should be able to beat him half to death. Then it is convenient to extract the ability by yourself. Definitely. Only. The next moment. Something surprised Fang Bing. This so-called Electric King Max. The moment Fang Bing swung his fist close to him. He didn't react at all. What parry dodge right bomb? It doesn't exist at all. The lower body was blown up by Fang Bing. All that was left was a head. Fang Bing stood in the air. Please drop that dazed-eyed head waiting on the ground. Up. Good guy. So you are so strong? Electric King is considered a mid-level villain on Earth. Just being blown away by a punch of half his strength? But. Moments later. Fang Bing also realized it. The reason why this Electric King is so weak now. It should be that he has not absorbed enough electricity. He comes to this power plant now. It should be to absorb the electricity of the whole New York. Wait until he gets full power. I'm afraid of this kind of physical attack myself. It is of no use to him, after thinking about it. Fang Bing quickly fell towards the ground. And casually recruited a bottle of dragon's blood secret medicine. Good brother. I haven't got your ability yet. You can't die. Although the so-called Electric King Max only has one head left at the moment. Do not rest in peace. The body below the neck was blown away by Fang Bing. But. Fang Bing is still confident of resuscitating him. Holding a bottle of dragon's blood secret medicine, he walked forward. Opened Max's mouth. Slowly pour the dragon blood secret medicine. At the same time, Fang Bing started to use the other hand. Facing the broken neck of King Max, continuously casts healing powers. Not long after, a miracle happened. When Fang Bing poured down a bottle of dragon blood secret medicine. Electric King Max's head and eyes opened, at the same time. Because it was convenient to release healing abilities on him all the time. Body under his neck, it also started to regrow. Slowly recover. But. Fang Bing's original intention was not to really save him. So. Wait until the king of electricity, Max, just came back to life. He just opened his mouth again. Put a jelly bean into his mouth. And stabbed him directly. As expected. Even if a person loses his body. As long as you are alive. Just swallow the food made by your own system. All can be extracted to ability. Fang Bing poked the jelly beans down just now. Soon, I heard a ding in my mind. Only. Fang Bing didn't look at the system records at this time. There is no time to extract ability for the time being. Because what he has to do is not over yet. I saw that his left hand continued to release the healing ability on King Max. And his right hand was placed directly on Dian Wang's forehead. Subsequently, I saw the king of electricity who had already woken up. Froze again. At the same time, his complexion began to rapidly turn pale and blue. Every breath seemed to grow weaker. That's right. Fang Bing did not intend to let the king of Electric Max go. No matter what kind of person he was originally. Now that such a thing has been done, and kidnapped his own family. then it is absolutely unforgivable, if you were weak. Spare his life. After that day, the forces on the earth who did not dare to disturb his family now. I'm afraid it will come to you like a shark smelling blood. So, Fang Bing was ready to kill Electric King from the very beginning. Help him heal. It's just because he is still useful to him for the time being. And now, Fang Bing versus Electric King Max. Naturally, he used the soul devouring super ability that he got from the naughty boy. Little Rascal has this super ability, although usually only after touching people. Temporarily draw someone else's special ability. But Fang Bing knew it all along. If she keeps releasing this ability on one person, directly extract people to death, then she can obtain this person's ability permanently. So, since Little Rascal can do it, then Fang Bing can do it naturally. And he is now. It is precisely the preparation to let Electric King Max play out his final residual value. Provide yourself with his special ability, but say so. In fact, Fang Bing is also using this ability for the first time. So he was not too sure. In a minute, Max, the king of electricity, tilted his head. When hang up again, Fang Bing received the system prompt. Just realized. I made it. Yes. Fang Bing just used super ability to extract other people's ability. There is no gourmet draw. Even got a system prompt. Fang Bing guessed. This should be because of the ability of Little Rascal. Originally is also obtained through system gourmet draws. That's why there is this function. Congratulations, you have obtained Lightning Control V5 of Electric King Max. From the system prompt, Fang Bing saw it. It turns out that the King of Electricity is really a veritable King of Electricity. People's super ability. The name is Lightning Control. It is related to the thunder in the sky. The force is indeed much higher than that of the Electro-Optical Man. But it's a pity for Fang Bing, after he acquired Den-O's super ability. This fifth level of lightning control has not been integrated with his Thunder Fury upgrade again. This made Fang Bing feel that he had miscalculated. He actually doesn't want so many messy abilities. Fang Bing has always felt that a type of ability. It is enough to have one strong enough. There are too many miscellaneous things. On the contrary, the power is not strong. Maybe during a fight. Each one is unbreakable. And Fang Bing already has a lot of messy abilities with average power. He is completely for another low-level ability of thunder and lightning. Not very interested. But when Fang Bing remembered, he also has an ability list of Electro once that is not drawn. Immediately came to the spirit again, because he thought, if you draw another lightning control, don't these two just integrate upgrade? By the time, perhaps a higher level of lightning control, will you integrate upgrade with your Thunder Fury? So, Fang Bing was waving to open a portal. After sending the remaining body of the King of Electricity to the crater to destroy the corpse, it flew directly to an altitude of 10,000 meters. Stand in the air. Start looking at your system logs. Dian Max. Lightning Control IV5. Because this unlucky egg was struck by lightning, it accidentally got lightning infusion, successfully activated the lightning gene in the body, and gained the powerful power to control lightning. Traditional Craft LV10. This unlucky guy is too ugly to find a realistic girlfriend, so he can only practice the superb traditional craft by himself. Singing Voice LV6. Although he is ugly, he is very gentle, and he likes to sing a love song to his right hand after performing traditional crafts in the dead of night, so he has developed a singing voice that surpasses ordinary people. Mechanical and Electrical Maintenance LV8. His years of hard work have allowed him to hone his superb experience in mechanical and electrical maintenance. Bad Luck LV3. This guy has been rejected by the will of the universe since he was born, so his luck has always been bad. Good guy. What a guy. Fang Bing originally thought that the Electric King Max had only one super ability. But wait until he finishes reading this guy's ability list. Only to find that this guy actually has two. Bad luck. This is definitely a super ability. There is no dispute. Because since Mutant Domino's super ability is lucky, this guy has the bad luck of being certified by the system. Nature is also a kind of super ability. No wonder Electro Max is so ugly. And he was struck by lightning when he went out casually. Engaging for a long time is the cause of bad luck. His worst misfortune didn't stop there. Worst of all, this guy finally survived the lightning strike. Gained super ability. Haven't been able to enjoy the benefits of super ability yet. Just met Fang Bing, a perverted Yashianfu player. He punched him straight away. It can be said to be moldy and can't be moldy anymore. And Fang Bing was lamenting the bad luck of King Max. Ability extraction begins. Congratulations on obtaining lightning control LV5. Fang Bing was originally worried that he might be unlucky enough to draw this guy's unlucky ability directly. But the result of the system prompt, but it made Fang Bing happy. Yes, he successfully obtained a level 5 lightning control ability again. And this time the beep didn't just sound once, but 3 times in a row. Congratulations on your Thunder Control Integrate upgrade to IV6. Congratulations on your Thunder Fury Integrate upgrade reaching 7. Yes. Fang Bing's Thunder Fury was just as he expected. Upgraded successfully again. Reached level 7. Definitely. Thunder Fury the cost of the upgrade. Naturally, Integrate lost the newly acquired level 6 lightning control. Fang Bing feeling the ability of Thunder Fury. Now it should be regarded as the most powerful super ability in him. After all, this Thunder Fury has integrated many electric super abilities along the way. Just reached the current level. Fang Bing put a lot of emphasis on it. So he decides. Take your time or have a chance. Be sure to fully utilize the power of this ability. Check out this Thunder Fury. What level is it now? Original. Classified according to the strength of the Marvel world. Fang Bing's level 6 Thunder Fury. It has probably reached the star level power to destroy the city. And now, Fang Bing wants this ability. The power that can be raised step by step to the level of destroying stars. So, he also has another stable level sub-godfather other output means. The ability has been extracted. Fang Bing left the power plant. He didn't bother Little Peter anymore, because at this time, Little Peter was sure to be safe, so Fang Bing opened a portal again. Go straight back to the dining car, and he came back at just the right time. Because he just landed on his front foot, the waiter, Lorna, was already carrying the cash box with a small table. Back to the dining car, and that 1,000 big-eyed desserts. Naturally, they were all sold out by her. This made Fang Bing very pleased. So before sending Lorna away, give her more of her favorite foods. Subsequently, wait until Lorna is sent away. Fang Bing also closed the stall. Take the dining cart back to the portable space. He went straight home. Sitting on the couch at home. Opened a can of iced Coke. While drinking, I began to check the harvest of my stall today. Open syslog. As I thought. Another screen full ability list. Fang Bing didn't look at the hundreds of ordinary people's ability lists. Batch extraction started directly. Congratulations, you have obtained Earth Programming Linguistics IV7. Congratulations, you have obtained Earth Automated Reasoning IV7. Congratulations, you have obtained the Earth Automaton Theory 7. Congratulations on getting Earth Evolutionary Economics 7. Congratulations on getting Earth Zoo Archaeology 7. Definitely. The actual system records are not like this. Instead, there will be all kinds of messy and incredible abilities mixed in the middle. What 10 level back rub? What 8 level massage? What level network novel creation? Everything you need. After a while, Fang Bing also successfully extracted all ability lists. Ability list this time, a total of 700. This means, these 700 people. Only then did he buy out 1,000 servings of big-eyed desserts. Compared with his other dark dishes, the repurchase rate is not high. So, Fang Bing has already made a name for big-eyed dessert in his heart. Rank this dark dish. Just behind live maggot cheese. And this time, and no more super abilities were extracted. And Earth Science knowledge level, it is higher than the previous increase. Fang Bing expected about 6 more times. It should be able to successfully raise the Earth Science knowledge level to the full level. So, the basic purpose of taking the time to set up a stall today. It has been exceeded. As for things like super ability, it belongs to what can be met but not sought. Fang Bing doesn't force it, and he feels it for him now. A common super ability of 2 kinds. In fact, it enhanced his strength. Already very limited. What he needs now is not scattered super abilities. It's a powerful super ability. It can reach the power of destroying stars. The super ability that allows him to completely stabilize the strength of the level sub-godfather. Yes. Fang Bing felt that his strength was divided between sub-Tianfu and other. It's a little watery, because this is not the strength of his body. Instead, relying on the incarnation of the planet to hit the planet. In order to achieve the power of destroying stars. And the planet incarnation is such a move. There are many constraints in using it. So, only Fang Bing felt it, although he is already a level sub-god father. But it should also be a relatively watery level sub-god father. For example, compared with Igo, I am definitely not as good as Egg. Because of that guy Egg, even without using the devouring seed, relying solely on the power of its own living planet, it can also destroy a planet. It is the real level sub-god father. As for having power gems now, Thanos, the mad titan of Xandar, was blown away with one punch. That's not to mention, although the power gem is something, it is also an external force, but the Thanos guy just has to put it on. You can blow up the planet with just one punch. So, Thanos with the power gem is definitely the top master in the level sub-god father category. The strength of Thanos now. The reason for not reaching level god father. The reason why I dare not come to Earth, Fang Bing thinks. He is because of his own ability has a short board. This guy has abilities like defense and speed. Already very strong. Probably even compared to other characters like Odin Ancient One, level godfather. Not far off. But, Thanos has a fatal flaw. That is his ability to blow up planets, only useful in close combat. This power cannot be used at a distance. Want to blow up the planet? You have to touch the surface of the planet with your fist. This limitation, although it didn't interfere with his punching Xandar star. But, when Thanos wants to compete with a sorcerer supreme like Ancient One, or Odin that lived tens of thousands of years, the old yin who cultivated both magic and martial arts competed with each other. It is estimated that it will be directly played to death. So, Thanos can only be regarded as level sub-god father. Unless you wait for him to get the reality gem. Has the remote output ability. Get the space gem again. Obtained cosmic speed. Get another mind gem. Become less afraid of the control and interference of spells on the mind. In order to officially enter the level god father, wrestle with Ancient One Odin in terms of strength. But even so, Fang Bing thinks that if he is now facing Thanos with the power gem, Bachung is not his opponent, because of his own planet incarnation. For Thanos, but it really exploded with one punch. Unless you can do what you thought before, capable of creating thousands of planetary duplications. Keep Thanos busy. Only in this way can he have a chance to defeat him with this move. And besides the incarnation of the planet, the best place. It should be after he double transformed into a Titan. At that time, the speed was as high as 27,000. And the power of more than 1,000 tons with one hand. Only. Owned such a powerful melee strength. But it was completely restrained by the power gem. Fang Bing would not be foolish enough to believe that Thanos wore the power gem in the movie. Another melee fight by Captain America. It was fighting with miscellaneous fish again. Actually, Thanos with the power gem. Where is the need for such trouble? The unmatched attack power of the power gem. Just the moment you touch a person or a weapon, can destroy everything. Captain America's vibranium shield? That's a fart. Charged with a shield, Thanos was afraid to punch him down. Captain America will be destroyed by the power of the Power Stone, even man and shield. Planets can be shattered. Can't destroy a single vibranium shield. Or some just physically stronger superhero. You must know that the power gem is one of the 6 infinite rough stones. The most powerful gem. Ability of the other 5 gems. Each has its own advantages and disadvantages, and pictures are useful. And the only ability of the power gem, it is the power to destroy everything. If Fang Bing had been able to get in touch with the power gem early, will definitely do whatever it takes to get it. Not like that with other gemstones, to choose a prudent way to obtain. Unfortunately, the Power Stone never appeared on Earth from the beginning to the end. It has always been on the wild planet in the deep space of the universe. So Fang Bing before, even if you want to get it, there is no way at all, and Fang Bing for defeating Thanos. Naturally, I also have a draft in my heart. The opponent has a power gem. Definitely not in close combat, too dangerous. Then want to hit him, naturally, through long-range attacks. And the wrath of his own thunder, just a very good choice. Although Thanos' original defense is very high. But the power gem didn't increase his defense again. So, as long as Fang Bing puts his own long-range attack power raised to the point where it can break defense against Thanos, then relying on the speed that he must far surpass Thanos, it must be able to kill it successfully. As for how to further improve yourself far beyond the attack power, Fang Bing also had some ideas. It's just that the time has not come yet. He could only temporarily forget about it, after drawing the ability for setting up a stall. Fang Bing didn't leave home to do other things either. Instead, the time has come tonight, so he stayed at home. Had dinner with Wanda. After the meal, I teased Pikachu again. Played with the unhatched egg Wanda placed on the coffee table. Wait until it's 8 o'clock in the evening. Fang Bing finally opened a portal in the living room. Stepped in. And when he walked out of the portal, has arrived far away, countless light years away. I am on the space mothership in the depths of the universe. Many younger brothers on the mothership see Fang Bing appear from the portal. They all came forward to salute. Fang Bing interrupted them with a wave of his hand. He directly asked, "Have you reached the place? You told me the day before yesterday that you can reach the sky and nothingness at this time today." The navigator among the younger brothers hurried forward to answer. "Boss, we have reached the periphery of the void, and now we are only half a light year away from the void." Fang Bing asked them to change their name to the boss. Fang Bing heard them calling him master all the time. As a time traveler who has received 9 years of compulsory education, always feel a little awkward. That's why they were called bosses. Definitely. Even if they call themselves boss now, Fang Bing did not pay them wages either. It definitely belongs to the pure and first-class criminal capitalist gene. When he heard that he had really come near the land of nothingness, Fang Bing nodded towards them in satisfaction. Then, he began to think how to enter the land of nothingness openly and above board. He had passed Xingju and others before. Learned some rules of the land of nothingness. The area where the head of the god evolved. It's not that cats and dogs can come in and out casually. According to Fang Bing's original memory, combined with the news I learned from my younger brother, he figured out some basic information about the void. This star field of nothingness, since Collector Defan discovered the head of this dead god. After taking it as his own, Collector brought along the Tiffany group he created himself. Settled in the head of the god, and named it the Land of Nothingness. Defan Group not only controls all the rare resources in the void, and it also has a strong guard force, except for Collector originally, the Elder of the Universe who has lived for at least a few million years. His Defan Group has also recruited many cosmic powerhouses with a lot of money. Assembled in the void, help the Collector maintain dominion over nothingness. Although the area of the entire void is very large, it is estimated to be half the size of the solar system. And there are many entrances and exits. De Kanbaru's ears, eyes, mouth, nose, etc. Both have become huge amounts of channels, but all access. All have been guarded by the powerful fleet of Defan Group. Moreover, powerful anti-space battleship energy cannons are placed at each entrance and exit. So, the land of nothingness is not something that any spaceship can dock and land on. Actually, any alien spaceship that wants to go into the void, all before the entrance, send an application to Defan Group in advance. Explain your purpose. If you really need to cooperate with Defan Group if you have business. Only allowed to enter. Definitely. If it is some well-known cosmic organization or famous person. For example, the Marauder organization, which is an interstellar pirate. For example, the spaceships of the empires in the universe. Like the people of Asgard. After showing proof of identity, and after disarming the spacecraft, I want to temporarily dock the battleship in the void. Repair and replenish energy. Then step into the entertainment venues of nowhere to indulge. Definitely is also possible. Collectors have been around for millions of years, after all. For so many years, his only hobby, it is a collection of all kinds of strange and rare items. And although he likes rare items, but never take the initiative to snatch it, it can only be obtained through transactions. So, even after millions of years have passed, Collector basically has no enemies. It has always been in relationship with various forces in the universe. All good. In general, Collector and his Tiffin Group. It can be regarded as a neutral force that transcends the world. That's why Asgard got the Space Gem and the Reality Gem at the same time. In order not to have 2 gems stored in one place. Feel free to entrust Reality Gem to Collector for safekeeping. This shows that Collector's reputation and relationship network in the universe are still very strong. This is roughly the case in the void. The problems facing Fang Bing are now apparent. The space carrier he was on. It belongs to the Dark Elf family that has been extinct in name. And the Dark Elves have a really bad reputation in the universe. This is not to say that the Dark Elves have done many unconscionable things, but because the Dark Elves are defeated by the cosmic overlord Asgard. Naturally, in the long history of thousands of years, trampled into the mud by the Asgards, notoriety stinks. And Fang Bing has already learned from his subordinates. The Void has a close friendly relationship with Asgard. The warships of the Dark Elves are not allowed to enter. This is also the reason why the little brothers park the space mothership half a light year away from the nothingness. For being closer, it will be discovered by the escort fleet of the Void. So, Fang Bing now has two options. First, or just drive the space mothership forward. Make a bet on whether the other party will meet, and then bombard him. If there is no bombardment, he took the opportunity to show his identity to the escort fleet in the Void. And prove it to the other party. The current owner of this battleship is not a Dark Elf. Only then have the opportunity to enter the land of nothingness through formal channels. Definitely. It's just a chance. Fang Bing is not currently affiliated with any well-known He Universe organization. Not some well-known figure in the universe. I'm afraid it's just for replenishing supplies. Want to enter the nothingness to repair? I'm afraid it is unlikely to be allowed. And Fang Bing's second choice is, leave the spaceship. Find another way to enter the Void alone, if he sneaks in alone. The odds of success are very high, because the target is small. And he is proficient in invisibility and material travel. May not be detected by any scientific detectors. No matter how powerful the guard fleet in the Void is. It is also impossible to perceive his presence. Only, in this case, there is a big problem. That is, how should Fang Bing cross the distance of half a light year to reach the entrance of the Void? To know. Although half a light year is for a space mothership with a superlight engine. It can be said that it will be there in a moment. But, for Fang Bing, at his flight speed, that may have to fly forever, and he is currently. There are no other vacant space battleships in hand to use. Starseeker keeps Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight on. Go outside the solar system to find a suitable planet incarnation. Discovery is long gone, and there is only one flight controller left. It's Fang Bing's Ulu Metal Quinjet parked on his roof right now. But Quinjet has been transformed by Iron Man though. Already able to fly out of space, take space travel. But that flight speed, compared with the flight speed of Fang Bing itself. Not much faster. So, Fang Bing is numb. He found that he really didn't seem to have a good way. Or put the shell of the space mothership by yourself. Use substance transformation to fully strengthen again. Then go try an above-board door visit? Fang Bing brainstormed. Suddenly, he figured out a way. Take the space mothership to gamble on whether the opponent will fire. The worst choice ever. Fang Bing naturally didn't want to do it. So, after thinking about it, think of the key to entering the Void. That's Star-Lord. Yes. Fang Bing thought of Xingju and his group. It has already entered into the land of nothingness. And try to trade with collectors. Sell the power gem from the orb to the collector. Although Xingju and others failed to make this deal. But they had been led into the Void by Gamora at least once. The key is, Star-Lord also has a small space battleship with a hyperdrive. So, even if Star-Lord and the others messed up the deal with Collector before, it is no longer allowed to enter the Void. At the very least, it won't be bombarded as soon as it gets close to the Void. So, no matter how bad Fang Bing is, he can pass through Star-Lord's spaceship. Arrive near the entrance to the Void. Then, after Fang Bing figured it out, he immediately opened a portal. Walked in. And when he walked out from the portal, has reached the interior of Star-Lord's spaceship. He just showed up inside Star-Lord's spaceship. It was discovered immediately. Several people on the spaceship surrounded him with serious faces. People are still those few people. Rocket Raccoon, Trent Groot, Gamora, Star-Lord, Dex the Destroyer. Just these few people. As soon as I saw Fang Bing's face, I recognized him. By the way, I remembered the last time I saw Fang Bing. The huge difference in strength that was instantly stunned by him. That's why even Dex the most reckless destroyer didn't dare to act rashly. Definitely. Fang Bing trespassed on the Star-Lord spacecraft. Another reason for not being attacked in the first place. It was when Fang Bing left before Fang Xingju and others. The attitude is not bad. At that time, I also sent Xingju and others who needed food. At that time, the hostility to capture their spacecraft was basically eliminated. But even if there was such a little friendship, Fang Bing is such a powerful person. Now it suddenly appeared on the spaceship of Xingju and others. It also made Xingju and others unable to relax at all. Definitely. Fang Bing came here this time without any malice. So after he walked out of the portal, I started to greet everyone in Guardians of Galaxy kindly one by one. Hi, how are you all? I came to ask you for help, because I didn't leave your communication link last time, so I can only interrupt you like this. Xingju is also familiar. A thick-skinned one. Seeing Fang Bing greeted them with a smile, talking so politely. Naturally, a smile appeared on his face immediately. Come forward. He chatted with Fang Bing happily. And because of the serious atmosphere when Fang Bing suddenly appeared on the spaceship, it disappeared instantly. After Fang Bing chatted with Xingju for a while, he quickly mentioned the purpose of his trip. Didn't I ask you for the location of the void last time? Recently, I wanted to visit the void, but found that I didn't have a suitable identity and a spaceship to enter there. I wonder if you can take me there with a spaceship trip? After Fang Bing said his surprise, without waiting for Xingju and others to refuse, he went on to say, definitely, this trip will not let you go in vain. I will pay you absolutely satisfactory rewards for this, think about it? After speaking, Fang Bing stopped. He began to wait for the reaction of Xingju and others. Although, with Fang Bing's strength, it is entirely possible to seize this spaceship by force. Get rid of Xingju and others, it's even more effortless. There's absolutely no need to go to the trouble of hiring them. As a person with a basic moral bottom line, Fang Bing with options. Total reluctance to prioritize this choice. Instead, trade with Guardians of Galaxy. Pay them something. For Fang Bing, it can be said to be a breeze. After all, he has the god-level ability of material conversion. Just pull out something. It can make Xingju and others drool. Among the Guardians of Galaxy, now it is naturally led by Xingju. So, after listening to Fang Bing's words, although the other people showed some different expressions on their faces, but they didn't even speak, only Star-Lord withdrew that giggling look. He said with a little seriousness, the few of us are a team, so whether we can take your job or not, I still need to discuss with my team members, please wait a moment. Fang Bing smiled and nodded. He casually found a place in the spaceship to sit down. And Guardians of Galaxy and others, with Xingju beckoning, they gathered in a corner, started whispering. Definitely. Take Fang Bing's listening, even if they run out of the spaceship and mutter. Fang Bing can also hear clearly, so I didn't wait for Xingju to come back and tell him their decision. Fang Bing already knew that these guys were going to refuse. And he didn't even ask about the salary. Just ready to refuse. The reason is because they think Fang Bing is really a dangerous person. The last time they captured their spaceship, it was still the battleship of the Dark Elves. The most important thing is, they think Fang Bing is too powerful. Because they actually don't know much about Fang Bing's personality. So feel to cooperate with Fang Bing, there is really no security. So after they discussed it, I was just about to reject Fang Bing's employment. And Fang Bing, seeing Xingju walking towards him with embarrassment, did not wait for him to speak. Just stretch out your hand. A 1-ton metal weight was recruited from the portable space. Don't rush to refuse, first listen to my conditions. I am willing to pay 2 rewards for this employment. First, this piece of vibranium weighs 1 ton. I believe you all know its value. The second reward is that you have a relationship with Star-Lord. When you hire when it's over, I can tell the truth about your life, including the real cause of your mother's death, and who your real father is. Guang. After Fang Bing finished speaking, he felt it through his heart. Know immediately that it is done, because he felt the sudden desire in Xingju's heart. At this moment, Xingju was indeed aroused huge amounts of interest by Fang Bing's words. He is not longing for vibranium, a metal that is also very precious in the universe, but longing to know his own life experience. Star-Lord has always known that he is from Earth. But he has never known who his father is. Mother never told him, and the man in front of him. Since the last time we met, Star-Lord learned that he also came from Earth. Out of the same parent star as myself, so he said he knew his own life experience. Still somewhat believable. What's more, Fang Bing said just now. Own mother's death. There are other reasons? Didn't the mother die of cancer? Is there really another reason? Was it persecuted by others? Xingju, who has always been an optimist, has been told by Fang Bing at this moment. It's a mess. Lang stayed where he was and forgot the words of refusal long ago. And the rest of the Guardians of Galaxy, after hearing what Fang Bing said, after seeing Xingju's absent-minded performance at this moment, they looked at each other a few times, as if communicating something through the eyes. Subsequently, Gamora stepped forward. He took and squeezed Xingju's hand. But he didn't look at Xingju. Instead, he looked at Fang Bing and said, "We accept your employment this time, and we only hope that you can fulfill your promise in the end." Xingju was surprised when he heard the words, Gamora. And at this time, Rocket Raccoon wearing these little pants. He also stepped forward in a powerful manner. Twitching to Xingju, he said, "Okay, don't be like a mother-in-law like a woman, that's it. The four of us have already voted to decide, we will take this job." Fang Bing looked at the Guardians of Galaxy with deep affection. "I also have some feelings in my heart." He opened his mouth and said to several people, "I know what you are worried about, don't worry, as long as you work hard for me, I will guarantee your safety." Xingju and others heard Fang Bing's words, believe it or not, immediately made a positive statement. "Okay, boss. Boss, don't worry about what we're doing, after a while. Wait until the fuss is over." Fang Bing just started asking them. "Come this time. Relationships of Guardians of Galaxy at all. To the void." After Xingju and others explained, Fang Bing was more confident about successfully entering the void. Because Star-Lord told him, Guardians of Galaxy ships are not banned from the void by the Collector. Last time though their deal with Collector fell through. But it is clear that Collector is very generous. There was no reaction afterwards, so Star-Lord thinks. I and others are now driving this spaceship, should be able to enter the void directly. After figuring out the situation, Fang Bing decided to act immediately. "Start the engines, we're off now," with Fang Bing's order. Xingju immediately ran to the driver's seat. "Start resetting star navigation. The best route to the land of nothingness has been set." Because Fang Bing didn't say it, he thought that he and the others really needed to drive the spaceship slowly into nothingness. But when he start the engine of the spaceship, wait for the spaceship to turn around, when it starts to fly forward. Everyone in the Guardians of Galaxy suddenly found out. A huge amounts of orange portals suddenly appeared in front of the spaceship. This portal is bigger than the wings of the spaceship, and the spaceship that has already started traveling at extreme speed. There was no time to stop, hit it head on. After the next moment, another cosmic region appeared on the entire spaceship. And in this area, Xingju and others can already see through the porthole of the spaceship. I saw the huge and incomparable head of the God of Heaven called the Land of Nothingness in the distance. Wow. That's amazing. Awesome. I didn't expect your portal to open so big, boss. Big boss. It was discovered that Xingju and others had arrived near the Land of Nothingness. Respond immediately. The huge amounts of portal just now. It must have been opened by the magician Fang Bing. After all, this huge portal is the same one that Fang Bing has been using. The appearance is exactly the same, it's just that the one just now was even bigger. So a few people who are already shameless, especially headed by Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon, immediately flattered Fang Bing greatly. Fang Bing smiled and nodded, calmly accepting everyone's flattery. As for modesty, why be humble when you have strength? Why do we work so hard to improve our strength? Isn't it just for batching? Isn't it just for the sake of appearing holy in front of people? So, until Fang Bing was very comfortable hearing enough of the praises of Guardians of Galaxy, he waved his hand to stop them. Start keeping them on task. Activate hyperdrive. Straight into nothingness. That's right. Since the spacecraft of Xingju and others can enter the nothingness in a fair manner, then Fang Bing naturally wants to go in with them. I will definitely not choose to fly in stealth at the entrance again. After all, the area in the void is very large now. It's half the size of the solar system, at Fang Bing speed. Even if you fly in by yourself, if there is no spaceship, want to find your destination within, I'm afraid it's also very inconvenient. Definitely out. The head of the god that formed the void is definitely not as big as half the solar system. The volume of an adult celestial file size is larger than the Earth. Therefore, the head naturally cannot be half the size of the solar system. But, because of the body of the celestials after death, possesses a special energy, will make the area inside the head of the god constantly expanding. It was as if space magic had been released inside the skull. So after countless years, the area of nothingness in the head of the god It is only half the size of the solar system. Then, Fang Bing and Guardians of the Galaxy. Pilot a spaceship. The hyperdrive was activated. Start towards the entrance of the nothingness. Set off.